everyone, my name is Macy Oncom, and today I'm going to be presenting the Cambodian Blessing Dance, also known as Rabom Chun Po. To first start off, why I chose this dance is as a first-generation child growing up here in America, I was often immersed in American culture when I was at school or was hanging out with my friends. So it felt as if I was in two different worlds. Whereas at home, I often had to preserve my Asian culture, and my parents really tried hard to show and represent our culture within our household. So we would often go to events and ceremonies where this dance was being performed, and when I would watch it, it was often very elegant and beautiful. So that's why I chose this dance to present to you guys. So for the origin and significance of this dance, the classical dance began in the mid-20th century in Cambodia. It was created by Queen Sisowath Kosamak Nariath to represent Khmer culture, and the dance was used to show politeness and a welcoming atmosphere to their audiences in a ceremony. So the people of Cambodia really wanted to show hospitality and welcome their guests when they performed this dance. But historically, it was originally performed just for royalty. So only the royal court could see it, but that changes in Khmer culture and it evolves, and I will explain that further. After the costumes, so in ancient Cambodia, the blessing dance would be performed from girls in silk costumes and headdresses as they gently tossed flower petals towards the audience. They also had very beautiful and elegant hand movements that were very flexible. It looks easy when you watch it, but it's actually very intricate, and they just do it so effortlessly that it looks really simple, whereas it requires a lot of flexibility and elegance to perform. So for the costumes themselves, Cambodia has a very sacred tradition of silk weaving, and that is included in their costumes. As you can see, there's headdresses too that are very representative of Khmer culture, and the silk outfits are very close to Khmer culture as well. So in Robam Chunpor, something that's very important is it is performed by young females. Men did not contribute to this dance. There's other traditional Cambodian dances where men would be in it, but this is not one. This is just one where the females would perform, and they would perform it in groups of 3, 5, or 7. So that I think has to do with the symmetry of everything. So it just looks nicer on stage, especially if there's a centerpiece. In the video I'm going to show you, it is a group of 5. So it just looks better on stage. They carried golden trays full of jasmine or flowers, and it's just to represent happiness, prosperity, and success to their audiences when they would first perform this dance at a ceremony. And so an interesting fact, historically, the blessing dance was originally performed for the royal palace, but it was more of a use to ward off evil spirits and bad energy like that in the kingdom. So it kind of evolves over time, and it's become a more common dance where you would see it at events. So it has evolved into that, and it represents the same thing where they want their audience to be happy and healthy. So that part didn't change, but it's just less of evil spirits and more I want to offer healthy and a happy life for you and prosperity. So that's why this dance is performed today. And I'm going to show a video on this, just the first 2 minutes. The music in the background of the blessing dance is a traditional Mahori orchestra, which is popular in a lot of Southeast Asian countries like Cambodia and Thailand and all of that. So it's a combination of gong chimes and xylophones for a relaxing tempo. It is not an upbeat dance. Again, it was performed at the beginning of a ceremony to welcome their audiences. So it is just very elegant and beautiful to watch. So you'll see that in this dance in the first 2 minutes. It'll play right now. So that's around the first 2 minutes of it. It's a very calming dance, as you can tell, so it was very relaxing. I'm going to be doing my quiz questions now. So the first quiz question is, Robam Chunpor is a traditional Cambodian dance originally performed just for royalty to ward off evil spirits. Is that true or false? The next question is, only young women perform Robam Chunpor in groups of 2, 4, or 6. So did they perform it in even numbers? Is that true or false? And the final question is, who performed Robam Chunpor, or who created it? So who created the dance? Was it Chiasami, Queen Sisowath Kosomak Nariath, Queen Angmeng, or Queen Elizabeth III? So those are my questions, and I'll just say the answers now. For the first question, if the dance was used to ward off evil spirits, that is true. Originally, as I said before, it was used to ward off evil spirits in the royal court when it was created. Second question was the dance performed in 2, 4, or 6s? That is false. As I said earlier, it is performed in odd numbers. In the video you saw, there was 5 girls, and they had 2 on one side and then 1 in the middle to represent the centerpiece, and that just makes the whole dance look more symmetrical and a lot cleaner, I would say. And then the third one is who created Robam Chunpor, and that is Queen Sisowath Kosomak Nariath. So those are my quiz questions and my answers. I hope you guys got them right. And that's my works cited. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.